source of all life. He released his servants, the divine spirits, unto the lands. He spoke, I am that which is giving you life. For a time they brought life and happiness to the forest. Soon the forest was visited by fate. The divine spirits created a beast in their own image. Elram warned, that is the beast of knowledge, and it will someday bring temptation upon you. Thou shalt not associate with it. The divine spirits so promised, and gave birth to the beast of their own image. Such was man's beginning. Time passed, and the forest was again visited by fate. A divine spirit was seduced by a beast of knowledge, and so the promise to Elrond was broken. The spirit lost its divine power, and by the child of man and spirit, it was gained. This new power threatened Elrond, and so was divided into light and darkness.
Man, who else was digging on that cutscene, right? How we doing, everybody? Got a little pop-up stream for you today. Still getting everything set up on my end here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Oh, MF Kool-Aid first in the chat. And everybody who may be like watching this later or whatever, or like right now, or just whatever, MF Kool-Aid has a channel too. Mainly pickups, but he's got some pretty sweet ass pickups going on most of the time. So make sure you go give his channel a like, sub, all that good stuff. God, the music in this game is so good. I don't know if you guys can hear it very well, but and if you were thinking watching that anime in the beginning of this that it has a Studio Ghibli feel to it, you wouldn't be wrong. It is a different channel, MF Kool-Aid 2. My bad. Drop the link, bro. Just go ahead and drop the link right in the chat. Where did we leave off? Did we get the Calabash herb? Like, I don't even know. That was a long, epic ass. Oh, yeah. Check this out, Kool-Aid. You'll like this.
Say, what was your father like? Huh? Oh, it's nothing. I was just wondering, that's all.
So recently, I received an email from YouTube, and I'm going to share that email with you guys here today. I've always thought I ran a pretty PC channel. I do cuss on my streams, but all my videos are very PC, so... Hello, this is the YouTube support team. To help keep our community safe, we limit some of our more powerful features to channels who have built and maintained a positive channel history or who have provided verification. As you know, your channel doesn't have sufficient channel history. It has lost access to advanced features. This may have happened because your channel did not follow our community guidelines. Yeah. So, and I've tried the verification twice now. And it takes about 12 hours or so for it to come back each time, and both times it has came back that unsuccessful. I gave him my ID, I gave him a selfie video. I don't know what more. That's what they're asking for, and that's what I provided, so I have no idea. So YouTube, you let me know, okay?
Do you have just a minute? We need to talk. It's hard to talk about it with Garai right here. Let's go outside.
Oh, some storyline?
Go on ahead. I'll be right out.
Okay. And those, who may not know or been around for the first stream or whatever, that's our Nagi wife. So, this is probably pretty serious. So if there's anybody in the community and I've offended you with my profanity or otherwise unguideline criteria in my content, I apologize.
It's strange, isn't it? Your mother comes by a lot while you're gone. She's really kind to me, and she might just be worried about me, but I'm sorry, I just can't stand it at all. Mother Garai may understand how she feels, but I sure don't.
And she's young. Like, she's probably we'll say 17. I would bet she's probably younger than that, but we're going to say 17.
And then he just got up and left her because he couldn't stand to watch her suffer? How cruel.
Oh, I know, it's definitely AI, but
even after all of that,
still,
does she
though,
still
man.
love him? Are all women like that? I can't say this in front of Mother Garai, but I really don't agree with that at all.
Oh, let's go ahead and take those tags off the screen.
I'm sorry if this upsets you, but I just couldn't live the way she does. No matter what happens, don't worry about me. Do your duty as our cocoon master.
You hear how clear and good that voice acting is and the quality of the recording is?
Your father, he's supposed to be a great man, right? I heard the story of the day he said goodbye to your mother. I heard that he was a kind man who always protected her. But how could such a man leave her? Do you call that kindness? The cursed brandings are a painful experience for a woman. But that's why I need you here with me. To your mom, your father's departure might have been an act of sympathy, but I don't agree. I would have felt betrayed. We're both in this together, so please, stay here as the cocoon master of Cyrus.
So she's already thinking about her future, as a midwife in the cocoon village. So there's only one cocoon master at a time, and she's already found out that, how his father was the cocoon master, and in his duties, how he had to somewhat, if you don't really know what happened, seemingly abandon his mother, and that's a fate that she is trying to avoid, it sounds like.
Me? Well, you know I really like you a lot. It's just that there's so much going on right now, Why do we have to have so many rules and traditions? There's just no escape. I know some people hate the Nagi, but I'm an individual. I won't run away from them or anything just because it's hard. I might have married you because I had to, but I would never ever leave you.
Well,
All we ever talk about now are the village and cocoons, minions. I know now's not the time to be worrying about these kind of things, but it's just that I never get to see you anymore. If only things were different.
yo, yo, Sir and Lady Flaw in the house. Alright, if this is,
I'm sorry.
if this is Sir,
I don't even know what
I
I'm
know
trying
you
to
like this
say.
game.
Oh, I almost forgot. Take this. You'll probably need it.
The Nagi belt. Which is funny because a lot of those things she was saying, even though they're reflective of, you know, the game and, you know, the traditions of the village and everything, are also, you know, like a mirror image of, you know, modern society, you know, how we're all sort of bound by society's beliefs and, you know, enforcements and traditions, you know what I mean? Whether we started off believing in such things in our life or not, most of us still follow the, you know, the same path because it's kind of what social, you know, etiquette depicts. Let's make sure we got everything we need. That's one reason I love playing the Persona games, because they touch deep on, you know, the duality of man and, you know, what is one's true self and all of these types of, you know, really deep concepts. See, this is like a different part of the game. Like, if you want, instead of continuing the storyline, it looks like you can kind of go around the town and ask about Mabu, you know, your new appointed wife, which had to be her because she's part of the Nagi. Not all the women in town are, and only the Nagi can produce, you know, the minions. So, you know, it wasn't like a wedding that was shared. You know, what I mean, 100% out of love for each other. It was a wedding that was, you know, forced for the safety of the village, because he's the only cocoon master. Maybe he's seeing the old gravekeeper. Kind of prompts you to go look around, you know. Oh yeah, we're looking pretty good. You can only carry 20 of certain items at a time. So you're gonna need some minions, potions. We'll just do 10. At the time, it's a very traditional, like, RPG, and I remember downloading it back in the day on the PS3 and playing it that way. And I don't remember giving it, like, probably the time it deserves. You know, I wasn't very invested in the Breath of Fire series, like, that was the only one I have played. And it, you know, just right off the bat, it seemed like a fine, you know, JRPG, but I would probably say I didn't give it the time it deserves, and I probably really can't speak on it. But, like, you know, it definitely didn't, obviously, at the time, grip me enough to keep playing it. And, I could have been coming off a big, long binge of JRPGs, and that may have affected, you know what I mean, my opinion at that time. But I would like to give it another try. Because it's obviously a very, you know, renowned JRPG on the PS1. We're going to take a little time before moving to the next part of the storyline, like going back into the forest so we can kind of go around town, talk to people, see if there's anything we might miss if we keep moving forward. I know we're pretty close to getting the calabash herbs. Hey, it's the Cocoon Master. Didn't expect to see you here. I just came here to escape the store and my mom for a bit. Did you come to hear some folktales, or has the latest news been bothering you? I heard a little from Mabu. Seems she isn't getting along so well with your mom. I understand what that's all about. People's feelings can sometimes make things so difficult. Very true. But you can't just set them to the side either.
Mabu, I'm afraid I haven't seen her lately. What is it? Marital problems, eh? She's always been strong-minded, more than any other child in Cyrus.
What do you want today? Do you want to hear this old man's stories? Let's see, we did the Birdman. Let's do the Legend of Alcana. Hopefully he speaks it, 'cause I don't want to read a whole lot.
This is a tale of the kingdom of Gehenna Pali.
Sounds like a Roshi.
Across these lands long ago. Once upon a time, Prince Menek, son of King Karis, set out with his vassals to hunt in the forest. But in the forest they were enveloped by a thick fog, and the prince lost his way. Wandering aimlessly about, he happened upon a marsh from which grew an enormous tree. Thereupon he heard the sound of sobbing, but he knew not from where. He found a maiden sitting all alone. She was weeping by the marsh. "I am Alcana. I just buried my mother here in the marsh of Uban," she said. And then she looked up at the prince. He was overwhelmed by her beautiful eyes. The maiden stole his heart that day. It was truly a fateful meeting. Thereafter, the prince made frequent trips into the forest. Undoubtedly, he was paying visits to the maiden. The maiden had a strange power. She could talk to the insects and trees. Before long, there began a terrible rumor that the prince's heart had been stolen by a witch. One day, the maiden spun silk from fairy cocoons and wove it into a beautiful cloth for the king. But the brilliance of that cloth cast a shadow upon the kingdom. The king was so enthralled by the fairy silk that he sent his soldiers into the forest, where they ravaged for fairy cocoons. The fairies, still in their cocoons, were boiled alive. The king killed them so he could have their silk. The prince pleaded with his father to stop his cruelty, but the king was no longer the man he had once been. Prince Menek was charged with treason and imprisoned in the king's deepest dungeon. He was never heard from again. When the maiden learned of the prince's death, she cursed her fate and lamented the foolishness of man. She then cast herself away into the marsh where her mother lay.
Hey, what's up, Dragon? Hope you're having a good day. Everybody, let's give Dragon a big welcome to the chat.
Tell me what you want, said the voice. The maiden told Elram all that weighed upon her heart. The maiden said, greed bears destructive knowledge. Its wicked power shall be the end of the forest. All hope is lost. The beasts of knowledge shall never live in peace with the forest. The one light of hope who I so loved has perished at the hands of the beasts. I now go to where my love Menek awaits. Thereupon Elrum spoke again.
Man, this is kind of a long story.
That your true love was torn asunder by the greed and hatred of the beasts of knowledge. When light is swallowed up by darkness, I shall unleash ruin upon the land, returning all to the nothingness from whence it came.
Yeah, bro, this is Jade Cocoon, PlayStation 1, 98.
The darkness in your heart. From that day forward, demons appeared in the forest, terrifying all they came upon. And the kingdom of Gehenna Parley fell to ruin by the swarms of Onibubu, locusts of apocalypse. The demons that haunt the forest now are the beasts, spawned by the greed in man's heart.
You a PS1 JRPG fan, Dragon? Yo, Big Mac Flips. Oh yeah, what did I buy from you? Was it in Cleveland? I can't even remember, man. But what's up? Were you at CGC? Happy to see you in the chat, man. It's been a while. I didn't make it to CGC this year, and I won't be making it to Pittsburgh either. But I know a lot of my friends did, and it looked like it was an awesome convention. Just gonna kind of go around and check everybody's house and see, talk to everybody a little bit, see if there's anything going on. See, this is one of the people that have been put to sleep by the locusts of the apocalypse. That's why we're looking for the Calabas herb. Wake him up. Busiest convention you've ever sold at. Well, that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. Yeah, CGC goes hard. You sure do. And it was going to be the last year at the IX Center, so I'm sure they went all the way out. Well, I'm happy to hear you had a good time, and you know what I mean. Hopefully you sold a bunch and everything. That's all part of it, you know. When the vendors have a good time, the vendors come back, and when they'll come back with better stuff, and that's good for the attendees.
So you beat Kikinok? Wow! You've really gotten stronger! Kelmar hasn't come by yet today. If you want something, let me know, okay?
Hey. So you're back. Well, did you meet the Birdman?
You say you beat Kikinok? But you probably just used the power of your demons, right?
Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing Super Sensi again. I know it's like a small con or whatever, but it's like my con. You know what I mean? Me and my dude, Kool-Aid in the chat, we went both years. And I don't know if they went more. I'm pretty sure the first year was their first one doing that, at least with that name and that location and everything. So I like, doing a video for them and everything every year because no one else is doing them for Super Sensi. So.
What?
How could he think up such a...
Every convention I go to ends up being dead. Yeah, Korgs, it wasn't the busiest, you know what I mean? Like, we were kind of lucky to get any sort of Korgs this year, for different reasons, I'm not going to get into it, but I hope, everybody who was involved at least, it was at least somewhat worth their while or whatever. I mean, I had a great time seeing everybody. That was one of the main reasons I was going. I wasn't able to hit, any of the bigger cons this year, so... I think Super Sensi's doing great. This is their second year, and that's the foot traffic they got, and the type of attractions they were able to bring in. And hopefully they made some money. I think they're doing great. No complaints with Super Sensi. And it's basically in my backyard, so it's like, I kind of gotta go. He's probably not alone, Kuwait. Like, a lot of people who have Snatcher usually have it for a while before it actually gets sold. Very expensive game. I still need to, get a ROM or something. I still really want to play that, but I want to play it on original hardware, and I'm waiting until I get...
Oh, you're back.
Hold on.
So, how is your work going? Don't overdo it. Tell me if there's anything I can do for you. I was concerned about Mabu, so I've been talking with her while you were away.
Right. I understand all that,
We talk about things like the
I was just happy they,
life.
was able to do something at all. Just to, that way they didn't
Maybe
miss
I
a
am
year.
just bothering
And the GDX side of it was definitely cool
She
too. Like,
probably
I've
doesn't
never
need
really,
both
even
Mariah
being
and
in the
her
convention
mother-in-law looking
scene,
over her
never
shoulder
really,
all
like,
day
seen a lot of
long.
promotion for that one, so...
I wanted to let her know that there are many ways to express love for another. Your father and I wanted to preserve our type of love, even if it meant breaking tradition.
Yeah,
Don't
Snatcher's
you see?
it's a rare one.
In time, perhaps you and Mabu too will understand.
Hey, Big Mac Flips, you got any,
Purification
fishing
is
controllers
achieved
in right
when
now?
two
I need an
hearts
original
come to
Xbox,
beat as
Xbox
one.
360, and Switch.
More than anything, I do not want your marriage to fall victim to tradition or your sense of duty. I have never told you about my last day with your father, have I? On that final evening, your father said to me, "No matter how long I uphold tradition as Cocoon Master and cure much evil in the world."
Oh, you're good, man. That's
I
kind of the
believe
response
that
I'm used
true
to at this point, and I
purification
have
is
so many
also
that
pure
it's getting harder and harder to find the ones I need. You usually come
Where one is
across
the
the
true
Dreamcast and the
God,
PlayStation 1 the
the
most.
answer must lie in the forest. Once there, I shall unlock the key to true purification and will then return to your side.
Yeah, I'm gonna be launching the flagship
honor.
video for my
I
fishing
was
series
raised
coming
to
up.
believe that I would
Coming up
never have a
soon. I'm not
choice
gonna
in
say
life.
real soon, but coming up.
I
There'll be a
accepted
Bro
my
Box
fate, no
video
matter
coming
how
out before,
awful it would
for
be.
sure.
But upon hearing your father's words, a sense of peace settled upon me, the likes of which I had never felt before. Right then, I felt liberated from fate and tradition. For the first time in our lives, we
I
are
also do
doing
like
something
mystery
for
box
just
from
ourselves.
game stores and stuff. Even if they don't have
I
like brick and
will
mortar
never
locations,
perform
like
another
I'd be down to do one. Big Mac,
father by
yeah, if you
my
wanted
side.
to, you know what I mean.
I have
You
decided
know,
to
take the
wait for
time to
him.
do that. I don't know if you typically, do mystery
Perhaps you
boxes,
and
but
Mabu will
I've done a
one
couple
day
from
find
different,
true
people I know that have like
purification.
online stores. You know what I mean? It's a
Live
cool
for
way,
each
to
other,
get their business out there a
not
little
for
bit.
anyone else.
And of course, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not looking for anything free. Like, I'd be buying it. It'd be a regular, legit mystery box.
I hope
But I like spreading it around. I've done so many bro boxes in a row now. It'd be cool to do like a mystery box from a store. Yeah, I know. It gets hard. It makes it hard for like collectors too, because vendors will bring Dreamcast. They'll bring big amounts of Dreamcast sometimes, and it doesn't really sell a lot. Like, so I mean, it puts them in a situation. It's like, man, do I really even want to risk bringing this stuff? Like, when we were at Korg's, one of our favorite vendors. We just call him Body. I don't think that's his name, but him and his whole family are always there selling stuff, and I know he's got a lot of Dreamcast for sale. And he didn't even bring any of it. He was like, "Nah, man, like it just it doesn't sell, so I didn't bring it to this convention. It wasn't worth risking damaging it." Yeah, I know. That was super sweet. You don't see a whole lot of big, I mean, PSP selections nowadays. Like, not a console I collect for. I've always wanted to get like the PlayStation TV, because I'm not much of a handheld guy. That way I could play some PSP games, on my TV. Yeah, I think I'd normally been using the wind one over here, Liquid, which was named or Liquefier. I think I just renamed it Liquid when I refused it. But that one was named by Kool-Aid. So if I make another one, I mean, I'll definitely let the chat name it. You gotta let your GameCube warm up before it'll read disc. It's finicky that way, huh? I gotta let my Xbox One warm up before it'll launch anything. I don't know what's up with that. Like, it's like 20 minutes. If you try to launch anything before that time, it just won't work. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where we left off, what I'm supposed to do, but I'm gonna check something. Dreamcast are getting really bad for dying lasers too. Last year, my original one I had for like 14, I mean, not my original from a kid, but the one I've had the longest, it was like 14 years, died. And then I bought another one at Torg last year, and then it died like a couple months later. Now I got this Sega Sports one, and it's running pretty strong. You see how the enemy followed me from screens there? I like that. Makes it feel more like a legit connected area. Yeah, they're barely even getting experience now. Yeah, I did this. I came here and I beat him and I talked to him. And he gave me some powder, but I'm pretty sure I had to go somewhere else to get more. I can't remember. Gotta love it. What the heck? Why won't this thing activate? I got the spider key. Have I been in the spider forest yet? Alright, here we go. First steps into the spider forest. Oh, this place looks pretty sweet. Great work with the pre-rendered backgrounds and everything with this one. Oh, nice. I've never played that one, man. It sounds familiar. Man, this thing's level 7, too. Oh, they definitely bumped it up here. This is a random enemy I'm fighting here, I mean. Yeah, now I'm starting to remember you talking about that. Yeah, if I ever see it, you know what I mean, for Sega CD, I'll pick it up. I mean, I don't know how much it is, but... Damn, this thing's kicking my ass. I wouldn't have thought we would have to do much grinding. Maybe it was just a bad element choice. 20, 30 loose. Yeah, most, you know what I mean, CIB, Sega CD games are not gonna be cheap. Don't get me wrong, there's some cheap ones, but what type of game did you say it was again? I remember you saying it was somewhat like Altered Beast. You get the transform. We're just gonna go ahead and save just in case. Like a were-child? That's crazy. Sounds interesting.
Shiny, shiny!
Me hungry, hungry. Me want Kickleberry. Do I have Kickleberry?
Dingy, dingy!
Nope.
Your name's Dingy!
Dingy. It hasn't been explained what that is. I know I won't be able to go forward till I give it a Kickleberry, whatever the heck that is. We're going to capture this one. That's pretty close. I don't know if we can hit it again without taking it down. This is the thing that puts most people off, or like makes them want to play it as a ROM or something so they can fast forward, because there's no skipping the capture animation. Other than that, maybe like hearing that maybe sometimes it's lacking a little bit compared to some other, you know, JRPGs that were out at the time, like Final Fantasy VII. But other than that, like, this game is a must play, in my opinion. I'm kind of biased. I've loved it since it came out. Well, maybe a bit after it came out, but still. It's locked. Oh, that's a blue one. Oh, you're all the way good, bro. I appreciate you, even if you're just lurking. Pop in for a bit, you talk a little bit, lurk a little bit. Like, it's all good, brother. Definitely make sure to talk to your wife before, yeah, I mean, making sure to talk to the stream. Capture this one too. We don't come across a whole lot of water type. Maybe we will in this forest. They say behind every good man's a good woman. I know that's the case for me. I'm extremely lucky. If it wasn't for my girl, this whole YouTube thing would have never been possible. Liquid's kind of been our go-to, Kuwait. That didn't seem to do a whole lot. Stone, oh, that's not good. I don't think the fire's gonna do too much. It's water, yeah. Doesn't do much at all. It's water based. But it's not doing too much to me either. I was just saying the monster you named it Liquid Fire, but I just switched it to Liquid when I had to remake it. But it's kind of been the go-to for a minute. Alright. Hopefully its health is low enough. Try to capture it. And it's a balance. Like, you don't always want to capture. You can only capture so many. I think it's like 10 or so at a time. But, like, when it comes to ranking up your monsters, you want to, like, do, like, a balance like that. When you first get to a new floor, you know what I mean? Like, a new area, a new forest, you're going to want to, like, capture and then, you know, fuse them to rank up your monsters, but it'll slow down like exponentially. Like, it'll get real slow real fast when it comes to, you know, their experience and level ups. So you want to switch between, you know, fusing them to make new ones and then, you know, battling them to get experience that way and bouncing back and forth. Nice. Oh, that's a crazy thrift store find. I never have very much luck at thrift stores. Trying to earth attack. Oh, there you go. Almost happy. Oh, I took a lot though. I can't even do it again. Maybe one more attack and we'll capture it. And even though we don't need like that many, oh, it's still turning the stone. I gotta cure that still. Normally, like that, like poison goes away. I might have to go back. I don't even know if I have anything to cure that. Still just looking through my items, see if I got anything to cure this. Doesn't look like it. Huh. That's crazy. Maybe I just didn't buy what we would need to, cure that. What's the status on it? I mean, it's just my, regular. Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis is out and figured you'd want to try it. Oh, and it's free. I mean, is it like graphically heavy or anything? Like, it doesn't even tell me which one has stone. It's messed up. Oh, it's not like super good or anything. It's a AMD FX series 6200 8 core, but it's actually like 6 physical core and 2 virtual cores. I forget what the graphics card is. It's like a 4 gig or something. I don't remember. I bought it off Marketplace years ago when I started YouTube, like specifically for YouTube. And I need to upgrade. There's like all these, AI features that on my editor now that I'd like to use, and I can't because my it says my processor can't handle it. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely look into it. You know what I mean? I mean, one reason I don't like, you know what I mean, commit really to playing like online games with people is just because like, you know, I fall off so fast. Like I've never been a huge online gamer, and you never know. I might get sucked in. You know, I mean, just you know, like I said, you never know. But I'll definitely look into it. We can look into it for sure. Like it doesn't say he's affected by any status effects. We'll keep going for a minute. We're going to have to go back in a bit anyway, just to get some more healing items. White horn picked up? Oh, is that weapon? Damn, it definitely increases attack. My magic goes down though. Magic attack. Oh, I didn't put that thing on she gave me either. The Nagi one. It's worse. I don't want to put that on. Oh yeah, Sega's got. I mean, I don't really use Steam because I don't really, you know, play on PC much. But yeah, Sega has a huge, you know, presence on Steam. And I seen like on a short or something forever ago that like the ROMs. I don't know if it's all Sega games, but definitely the classic ones. I forget what it is about the ROMs, but like they're slightly different. Like you know, once you buy it, like you can like I don't remember copy it or something like actually onto your computer and play it locally like through an emulator, you know what I mean, program like something like that. But it's still like the official ROM. Yeah, that earth attack does good against the enemies in this forest, but it just sucks. You only use it once. Then you gotta recharge your MP. Yeah, my Steam account is pathetic. Like if you look on there, it's like, you know, last game downloaded was like Ark, and it'd be like, I don't even know, like 2018 or something. Like it's crazy. It's a pretty sizable forest. Oh, so that's just a circle. Very cool pre-rendered backgrounds though, and like the lighting effects they got going on. Oh, you hear the music. Some crazy little people again. You startled me. Oh, let's read
What are
it.
you doing here?
I'm searching for the divine tablet so I can make my little one smarter. Do you have it? Give her the tablet.
Oh,
Ah, so you don't
so you
have it.
don't have it. Then get out of here.
I mean, I've picked up plenty of tablets. I wasn't sure. So come back later, give her, don't give her. So I'll come back later, I guess.
What?
Definitely got to figure out what we gotta do to progress further here. Obviously, it's gonna have something to do. The one wants the kickleberry, and this one wants a, well, I guess we'll do this one. Since it's green, it's earth. We've been getting a lot of water type. And this one wants the tablet. Oh, it took it out. Oh well. Some big bones laying around this place, I know that. That's a weird looking one. Let's see what this new weapon does for damage. Definitely not groundbreaking. Oh, that's not magic. How do you even look? Oh yeah, bro. The music in this game is super good. A little repetitive because like throughout the whole game, unless it's a boss battle, like it's the same, you know what I'm saying, fighting music, but throughout all the different areas and everything, it's peak. And that's part of, what makes Jade Cocoon great, like it didn't do a whole crazy amount of different type of mechanics and everything, and it didn't go like real crazy and try all these different types of things, with the graphics. But what they did do, they did really well. Like the music quality, like not only like, how cool, good it sounds. Like it's the quality of, like it sounds really good and crisp. Like same thing with the voice acting. The voice acting is good voice acting, and it was like recorded with high quality stuff. Like damn, capture level 10. Do we go this way? And it takes a lot of potions to go through this stuff, especially, I mean, if you're not trying to just use regular attacks every time. Because obviously you can save a lot of magic by not doing that, but it makes the fights take a lot longer. But they're pretty generous with, I mean, how easy it is to make money or whatever. Like, it takes time, because you gotta capture monsters and then, spin them into silk and then sell them, but it's pretty easy, at least. Like, they could have made it to where you just, get money just from, fights, which kind of forces you into having to do fights and all the animations and everything like that. Which I guess it still does with you having to capture them and spin them into cocoons, but what I'm saying, they give you a fair amount of money. Like, you don't have to do it a whole lot. Oh, what's this dude? Let's go ahead and heal up.
Just my luck. I can't earn a single yawn capturing a human. Hey, kid. Got some firefly cocoons? Well, hand them over now and there won't be any trouble. What? You want to fight? Fine with me. Come on!
Oh, this dude's unhinged. Like, how many people just live in the forest? Yeah, right. They were on point with all of their audio recordings, for sure. Oh, he's actually gonna summon a monster. Damn it, I wish I wouldn't have used my damn attack. He's not doing crazy physical damage without using any powers, so I'll just run out Liquid's health and then switch over to that dude. When you like hit like these buttons, like listen to it, it sounds like a bike, chime or something. Like a little bike bell. And I'll still have to beat him after this. Like, it's not like it's just gonna be I have to beat his monster. Yeah, or the help desk, yeah. Ooh, that dude hit him with the fire. I took him out. No, I've played through this a whole bunch, so I'll tell you a funny story, Big Mac. when I was a kid, I want to say it was like 99, maybe 2000, but I was young. I was probably like, I don't know, 10 or 11, and me and my dad are at home. I don't know if it's a weekend or not, and my mom works third shift. My brother was like staying the night somewhere, and he was like out of nowhere, like, "Hey, you want to go buy a game?" I was like, buy a game, like at Walmart, not like, let's go rent a game. I was like, heck yeah, of course I want to. So we go to Walmart, and we get there, and like, I swear it was like, my dad forgot how much new games cost or something, which, like, the most expensive game was probably like $29.99 or maybe like 65 or something if it was a 64 game. Um, and he was really looking around, and he grabs this off the clearance rack. It was like this plastic tab, that was hanging, and they were like all stuck in the tabs. It had a little plastic hang tab on the wrapper, and they were all there. Not one of them was taken. And he was like, "Hey, man, what about this?" And they were all like $9.99. You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, Dad, like, I don't know." Like, looking at the cover of it and everything, like, it looks real Asian. Like, I'm like, "Man, Dad, I don't know." He's like, "Just try it, man." And yeah, I took it home. It ended up being one of my favorite JRPGs of the time. But yeah, I've played through it many times. It was probably only a couple years ago, the last time I played through it last. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite gaming memories, you know what I mean? Because I just had so little, you know, ambitions, for this game, so little hope, just looking at it. And I had only played like maybe like Xenogears at the time when it comes to turn-based RPGs. I missed out a bunch on the Super. I was just too young or didn't play any or whatever. And yep, one of my favorite gaming memories. And I've probably told that story 3 or 4 times during the course of playing this on stream, but new people get to hear it, so. We got him, he's done. I'm surprised he only had the one monster. Got a great walnut and the skeleton key. Oh, and you got Sudoken? That's super cool. Man, nice. McCoy, I've heard it like 20 times, and you'll probably hear it like 20 more, brother. That's what happens as you get older. You like telling the same story over and over. Evil Zone? That doesn't even sound familiar. Yeah, man, I love hearing those types of gaming stories. That's one of the best things on Facebook on Mondays. I do a Mystery Monday, like, what game is this? And sometimes people will put, like, a special story that goes along with whatever game it may be.
We're the opponent, I see. That'll be all for today.
Oh yeah, that was a great story. I'll never forget that day. And it sucked that I was on the last one, where you have to fight 3 people in one match. Oh my god. You didn't like tell me anything or give me anything or nothing? I love fighting games. If I ever see it out in the wild and it's, I mean, affordable, I got the money at the time, I'll probably scoop it up. Evil Zone. I got this really obscure PS1 game for somebody in their bro box a while ago, and it was called Syndicate. Looking at the back and reading it and everything, I was like, man, this looks interesting. I kind of want to find this for myself. Alright, he's definitely low enough to capture. And it's a fire. We don't get a whole lot of fire types. There's only 4 types, and I'd probably say that for every type. Oh, okay. Yeah, you never know, though. Sometimes you find it, and maybe someone's been sitting on it for a while, and it'll come down $5 or something. You know how it is, man. As a vendor, let me ask you that, Big Mac. Like, does that happen a lot? Like, do you know what I mean? Do you constantly, you know what I mean, at conventions and stuff, have people, talking you down in your prices? Like, I imagine you would, like, account for that before you even get there or whatever. Like, is that something that bugs you, or do you just automatically, take it like, it's part of the game, you already know, so... Syndicate's pretty fun. It looked like it was going to be kind of fun. He showed a little bit of gameplay of it. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And, like, I'd never seen it. There's so many PS1 games out there. Like, I had never seen it. And I got it at GameStop, and they were selling it for disc only. I got him a sweet box that time because it was all from this one GameStop, I frequent. And it's not close to me either, but it's the best retro GameStop I've ever seen. And it's always, almost always, like, disc-only price. And it was complete. Yeah, no, I remember. I'm just, I was just wondering, like, from a vendor, like how he feels about stuff like that. I would imagine he probably puts it, into the price before the convention even starts, basically. That's interesting. Yeah, I definitely still have that Sonic Frontier Steelbook sitting up there with all my other Steelbooks. Which ain't a lot, maybe like 7 or 10 or something. I got a couple of Switch ones. Those are like super hard to find. Well, I'm happy it's not, crazy, like, unbearable, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if it was unbearable, you wouldn't do it, but Yeah, I know there's some places near me. I'm not gonna like mention no names or nothing like that, but they got some different practices. Like this one bigger retro game store near me, it won't even like test or resurface the games until someone's like attempting to buy them. So like if you buy a PS2 game or whatever, and you take it up there, and they open it and it looks scratched or something, they'll resurface it right there and just tell you like if it don't work, you know what I mean, just bring it back. I'm like, man, I don't know, that's kind of not cool. Right, and that's understandable. Oh no! It's cool. You don't. It's not game over in this game. They hold your hand. You just go back. Man, hit me with the crit. I had so many like health potions and stuff too. Let's go. We gotta go back and get some more health potions for the monsters and do some fusing.
I'm sorry I took so much of your time. I know you're busy.
Well,
felt
people
so
in the community,
strange.
man,
I
especially
need to be more
people who,
like a cocoon
frequent the
master's
conventions,
wife.
every year and everything. We definitely appreciate that. It's definitely up in the air sometimes. Another thing I've been seeing more often at like different retro game stores that I'm not like a super big fan of is people making their own box art, and it's getting real good. Like it's getting really good now. Like before it'd be super obvious, but then still selling it for full price, charting price or whatever. All right, what do we got? A lot of blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, 7 blues. So we'll fuse 4 of them together, and then make the other ones into silk cocoons to sell. Let's see. They're all level 7. Some's got higher attacks. And we're definitely not naming them or looking at them or anything like that. We're just fusing these ones together to fuse into one of our, mains, and then, sell the rest. And it's important to check because, you could fuse, let's say you fuse your main into the one you just made. Check the stats. Check it both ways, because sometimes, you'll get more experience and higher attack and everything if you do it the opposite way. Like, you click on the new thing first.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet reveal.
Oh man, I can only imagine the level of work it is because just maintaining my collection, feels like a lot of work sometimes. So I can only imagine, especially if you have a collection of your own. I can only imagine. And I'm sure, there's highs and lows from it, what I mean? Cool, good stuff from it. But at some point in life, no matter what you're doing, of course, you always gotta, weigh, you know, the good with the bad, kind of quality control check your quality of life. I've had to do it many times with different jobs
Oh,
where,
magical beast.
I can make more money, but it's a lot more hours away, and it's a lot harder on my body, and all these sorts of things. So even like, taking games out of the equation, like it's always something, that you're going to have to run checks and balances on throughout your life. But I obviously, would suck to see you go. Alright, so that level 9 is going to be the one we fuse into our main. We're going to sell this one.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet greater power. Reveal to us thy heroic form.
A collector first and foremost. That's good to hear. I'm sure you got a pretty awesome collection going on. How many years have you been vending, if you don't mind me asking? There's a small retro game store near me that has been thinking about getting into it. And he knows I frequent conventions and stuff. He's always asking me, not always, but he's asked me things about it. And sometimes he has bigger items that may sit around in his shop. You know what I mean? That might be able to be a bit easier to sell at a convention.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to...
Alright, this is the last one. And then we're going to fuse them into our mains.
Oh,
Yeah, I know about Billy, man. I never personally met him, and I didn't really watch the channel a lot, but so many of my friends have been affected in a major way by it. Looks about the same. Let me double check. Oh no, it's definitely stronger the other way.
O magical beasts who serve...
Would you say, Big Mac, that to other people who may have brick and mortar stores or online stores, or even thinking about people who may even be thinking about getting into vending at conventions or abroad, you know what I mean? Is that something you would recommend in the current landscape? Like, level really doesn't go up much. Maybe I'll wait on that one. Look at it the other way. That way he goes up to level 11, but like his attack and stuff goes down. But his magic goes way up. Oh, he changes completely. He goes all fire. Nope. We're gonna back off that one.
O warrior of justice, return to whence thee came, to the place of Elrum.
Okay. So you feel like it's definitely like a good way to get your name out there if you have a store. If you don't, it's not that huge of a commitment. It's just a weekend. I'm not gonna obviously ask for any numbers, but would you say you do pretty well at conventions, or is it pretty hit and miss, or?
I know I shouldn't be complaining while you're out fighting in the forest.
And of course, if you're uncomfortable with any of these questions, just say so. Like, there's no need to continue. Alright, round 2, Spider Forest. Looking for a kickleberry and we got one tablet, but it might not be the one she was looking for, so fully explore this place. Well, obviously it would, depend on your investment, but 1,000 in a weekend, it's nothing to shake a stick at, for sure. Right. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of different things to consider. Like any business, like any business. I'm always interested though, because I mean, obviously the vendors are the heart of any convention. I mean, all the attractions are awesome, but he got me with the stone. Right, which is understandable. I'm a painter by trade, and I never want to operate at a loss. Like, and I don't know what everybody in the chat's take on it is, but it seems like retro gaming as a price is starting to go down a little bit, like on a general saying stance. Now, obviously there's always going to have expensive titles that have been expensive for many years, even before the pandemic or anything like that. But is it just me, or does it seem like it's kind of trending down? Oh my god, I didn't buy. Oh, I gotta go back. I didn't buy any health for the monsters, any health potions. Damn it. Well, at least I noticed it before I got real deep. Right? It seems like it's kind of like, on a down slope a little bit. Not a spike. It's definitely not like a down spike. And maybe it's, I mean, less of a, people losing interest and more of a, there's just maybe just less newcomers this year than there has been the year before, and people are, starting to get the main things they were looking for, maybe just slowing up a bit. I'm sure the economy has a lot to do with it. The economy's nuts right now. I'm not trying to get into that, but it is. It's nuts. Oh, wait, let me sell these things. Right. Yeah, in the next coming years, retro gaming could spike up again, because people are just going to be like, I am so done with modern gaming. Yeah, I know. That's typically why I just stick with retro, man. I mean, I do, like, obviously I would love to be playing, like, the Oblivion remaster or something like that, some new stuff, but... And there's just so many distractions. You know what I mean? You could be trying to play, if your console's online, you could be trying to play like some single player, story driven game, but you keep seeing your boys are popping on, they're all playing Helldivers, you know what I mean? Getting messages and whatnot, like, advertisements for other new games that are, on discount, and there's just so many distractions with modern gaming. That's good, man. I've always been pretty interested in like all of the different industry over the past, maybe we'll say 7 years, maybe 6 years or so, maybe seven, I don't know. But all the industry that's popped up around retro gaming, you know, all these different companies like Limited Run, super rare games like Premier Games, East Asia Soft, like all these companies like porting, retro games to HD, porting indie retro inspired games, like all these different collector packs, all these different companies making, what I'm saying, modern controllers for retro consoles and Mega Drives and, clone consoles, analog, like Hyperkin, like there's just, you could go on and on with the industry that's popped up around it. And that's always like a pretty good indicator that, there's a market, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a market, there's going to be someone there to profit off of it. So, how sustainable that market is going in, like, to the far future, it's hard to say. On the, new peripherals side of retro gaming. But I feel like retro gaming as a whole is probably going to continue. It'll have its ups and downs, but probably will continue for a good few decades. At the minimum, I'm guessing. Hopefully, much longer than that. Right. Yeah, I do not think there'll ever be like a straight collapse. It'll be like a gradual down with spikes up occasionally throughout the years, you know what I mean? Kind of like how it's always been, like back in 2005, like it was hard to give a Dreamcast game away. And it had it had a slow growth, you know what I mean? And like you said, everything peaked around COVID. And it kind of hovered in that area for a bit. It seems like it's just now starting to barely slope down a bit. And like people notice, like I haven't watched a bunch, but I've seen so many like video thumbnails recently. Like, is retro gaming dead? Like, is it dying? Like, is it crashing? Like, is this the bubble? Like, and for someone who's like been playing, pretty much retro games the whole time with like, modern stuff sprinkled throughout, I love seeing all the industry pop up around it, all the controllers and everything. One thing I want to get, I keep forgetting about, I need to write it down, is one of those forever memory cards for the 64. That seems like something that's pretty necessary. You have the forever memory card for PS1. That's awesome. I love having things like that. Oh, hope it doesn't kill it. Oh, it killed it. Oh well. All the Ever drives and everything, and you can get the Saturn Sudokai card. You can load it full and everything. Like, there's no gatekeeping anymore. There used to be kind of a gatekeeping thing because, if you wanted to play like, Dragon Force, you gotta have a working Saturn, you gotta get the game. It's super duper expensive and harder to find back then, and You know, I'm not saying people, but there was a slight gatekeeping thing because it was just so hard to obtain all of these things, you know, it's so expensive. But now, if you want, you can do emulators, you can do these like clone consoles, you know what I'm saying, that have, not clone consoles, but like emulation consoles that have thousands and thousands of games on it. You can get the original hardware and get like a Mega Drive and put ROMs on it, or like I said with the Saturn, the Sudokai card. There's just so many options nowadays. You know, speaking on the Saturn and everything like that, like one of the consoles I always wanted to get that came out was that Poly Mega, but it's just so outrageously expensive. Like, there's just no way. I'll just stick with my OG Saturn. Right? And it is definitely part of the experience, you know? I go back and forth. Like, you know, I like playing on my original hardware, but I also like love my Retron. You know what I mean? There's tons of cool stuff I can do with my Retron 5, you know what I mean? Like, you have a Poly Mega? Oh my god, that's so cool. Man, they're expensive, bro. I would, you know, I do Sega CDs, Sega Dreamcast, Sega Saturn. Like, I would love to have one, but would you say it's worth it? Like, it's held up? Like, how long have you had it? Like, tell me everything. Yeah, no, it's definitely anything that's not playing it on original hardware is emulation technically. But that's the idea. It's like an analog console, you know, it's at the FPGA technology or whatever. It's supposed to be the closest you can get. And play it in HD and, you know, store the games and all that. Right, yeah, no, it's like an original ROM or whatever off the disc, but, you know, the hardware part, you know, obviously is emulated. But like I said, the highest form of emulation, that was the idea. Like, yeah, I know, this is definitely, you know, I mean, if there was multiple people on the mic right now, definitely good, you know, podcast content. So is it something that you can, like, put ROMs onto, like, not from a physical disc? Because I thought it was just something, not just, but, you know, the way you played games was you ripped your physical games onto it, you know, and installed it or whatever. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, why wouldn't you be able to, I guess? I did that a fair bit back in the day on the Saturn. Like, not way back in the day, like, probably just 10 years ago. Oh shit, what am I doing? Okay. For a second I thought I attacked instead of switching. Oh, happy console gamer. Yeah, okay, cool. I will. I'm surprised I didn't see it. I don't do like every one of his videos, but I see his stuff pretty often. Yeah, it's one of those ones, man. I've always had my eye on, but it's just, it's pricey. I don't even know. Like, I'd have to do a really good side job or something to even justify to my family being able to buy. Oh no, I got stone. I need a switch. Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm sure if I looked hard enough, I could probably find some painting side work. I'm at least happy I got to talk to somebody who's not, not making a video on it. It wasn't like, what I mean, sponsored to do it or anything. Because I've definitely always been interested. What type of, I should have asked this already, what's the controller situation? Like, can you plug in original controllers to it? Or, like, does it, like, recognize, like, what I mean, retro fighters or, 8-bit Do or, retro bit? Does it recognize, those types of controllers? Oh, okay, cool. The one funny thing, though, with me anyway, no matter how many HD, like, clone consoles I get of retro consoles, there will always be a retro side set up in my game room with 2 CRTs for light gun games. Unless they come out with a real accurate, upgrade or something. Even still, like, 'cause with the system link and everything, like, all the different features throughout different light gun games that probably will not be able to be recreated. Yep, I'll always have a retro side with the CRTs. It's a big one.
Hey, you there? What are you doing there? This place not for men. Away with you! What's that there? Oh my! A nice
Hey man, thanks for hanging out and chatting it up for a bit. I hope you have an awesome dinner and awesome weekend coming up.
If you do.
So I did have that ring. I handed it over.
What do you want? Calabash. That I have, but have some got sick? You don't say. Only Boo come to your village. How terrible. The locusts of the apocalypse. Well, here is some calabash for the ring. But it won't be enough. I know a place where there is a lot. But I no tell you for free. Bring me more treasure. Only then shall I tell you where the calabash lies.
That's fucked up.
Talk it over with your elders. Mammon, you say? Well now, that was my name long ago. I was called Mammon too, I think. Oh yes, that is right. I am the watchman of the divine tree. I guard against tricks from
Oh, it's almost 7:30. I gotta stop playing here in a minute. I promised my son that we'd play some Mario Wonder before he goes to bed.
How much longer must I live like this? Blah! Even hearing that name sicken. Oh, I have.
We're gonna go ahead and go back and save. Oh.
Follow me, I shall remove your shackles and cast them away.
Oh, start the next act. Cool. It may just go back anyway, either way.
Oh, so you found the forest people. Well, did they have any calabash? I expected as much. So they will tell you in exchange for treasure. Nevertheless, I do not expect Jibara to consent to such terms. I will speak with the chieftain himself. There is no time to waste. We need a decision now. We should go straight to the Hall of Judgment.
So, you say you've ascertained the location of the calabash? Do you speak the truth? And he really will tell you if you present him with a treasure? If Garai is correct when she says that the demon is the keeper of the forest, then I have a plan. Lord Chieftain, I suspect that the demon of which we speak is the guardian of the divine tree, an incarnation of the forest god. The calabash must lie at the base of the divine tree, the source of all life. Simply retrieving calabash will be but a temporary solution for troubles like the recent attack. It would be wise to find the divine tree and then imprison it together with the god of the forest.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
If we could just offer some treasure, this would be an easier decision. But Jibara, I wonder about imprisoning the divine tree. Would we be forgiven for such sacrilege? Would that not bring about the second coming of the tragedy of Gehenna Pale?
The path to destruction began long ago, well before the locusts attacked us. What is done cannot be undone, even if the Calabash does solve the problem at hand. It is only a matter of time until the land of peril is swallowed up by the forest. Therefore, we should put an end to our bloody traditions. All that we do is for the future of the people of Cyrus. No, all the people of
Oh, have you? Is it any good?
Lord
I think I played
Now's the
Legends
time for a decision.
on the Game Boy.
You say that it is possible to change the fate of all the people of peril?
The first one.
It follows that the imprisonment of a god is indeed possible. The knowledge of man opposes the powers of God, and thus the powers of nature. This is not sacrilege. In fact, it is the basic law of nature. Only the strong survive. We have long waited for this day, to truly serve Cyrus. We must find the divine tree and evoke the powers of the talisman of imprisonment.
And he's going along with it?
Well, you have heard, Jabara. We have to thwart the menace of the demons if we are to live with the forest. Such sacrilege. This too may be the nature of the beasts of knowledge. We must take action. Son of the Lion of Peril, our fate is already in your hands.
Champion's belt received. Capture amulet received. Oh, okay, cool.
I have heard many tales, but it seems that Mammon is as greedy as ever. He will never return to his spirit form acting like that.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and save and call it, everybody. Man, awesome stream. Big thanks to everybody who stopped out and chatted it up for a bit. But yeah, I hope everyone has an awesome night, awesome rest of the week. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Probably be tomorrow evening. Probably be me and my girl doing another co-op stream, getting back to some co-op streams. So, yeah, just stay tuned, everybody, and have a good evening.